Last but not least, I would say, day of the 17th European Gliding Championship. Maciej Całka, director of this whole event, with me. Maciej, what can you tell me about yesterday, because we had many outlandings?
Yes, we have a difficult weather yesterday, and there was several loud landings, especially in the club class, because those gliders are quite light, and there are no performance to fly long kilometers from thermal to thermal, and there was sticky weather yesterday because there was strong wind and brutal more and a lot of spread out cumulus, so it was very difficult to reach the airfield after the task.
Well, we can see it after looking on the table, because many pilots are behind the
Yeah,
leaders.
I think it's half of whole pilots landed outside, and only 14 gliders have finished their task, and we can see the small speed of the whole task. For example, 50 or 60 kilometers per hour. It shows us how difficult the task was. But on the top of the list, you can see Sergei Kluyev, and Jakub Barszcz, and Roman Mraczek. Oh, you can see
Sebastian Kawa.
Yes, Sebastian Kawa is landed now on the field, and
He haven't found a thermal.
I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of technical problem, and he is trying to catch another towing right now, and I don't know what's happened exactly. The weather looks very good, and I think such pilot as Sebastian wouldn't have any problem to catch the thermal. Or maybe, oh, you can see now he's going.
The captain of the Polish team.
Yeah,
Jacek Dankowski.
Jacek Dankowski come to glider with some accumulator or GPS, another to Sebastian bring. So it's definitely technical problems with instruments of the glider. It happens sometime, but it is necessary to take another towing. So it takes time, and it's very difficult for the pilot because of it's a stress situation. It's quite nervous when he should be in the air and flying and preparing for the start line. He must fix the problem and make another towing.
Well, he's got 3 chances, as you said yesterday. I mean, the third chance is the last chance.
Yes, but you can see there is no gliders landing now during the takeoffs, so it's not necessary to land and repeat the start, only if you have technical problems.
Okay, and you've shorted a little bit the time of start in the air for today.
Okay, we will have information about this situation because it must be changed the logger of Sebastian. It's the technical problems with GPS logger, and they
we can see the change on your screen.
Yes, they are preparing
yes.
to make a connection to the cables, and it's necessary to have all fixed correctly and working perfectly, because in the air there is no time to repair it.
So if the conditions are pretty good, the pilot can land only if he's got technical problems.
Yes, that's correct, but you see, it's the leader of the class, and I think it's a very stressed situation for him because he's on the top of the list for the whole competition, and now it's the last task. So it's the most important moment for the whole competition, and you can see he wasting his time.
and we can see his father next to him. This is Tomasz Kawa, very nice and very polite person.
Yeah, and also good pilot because he was flown on the gliders many years, and they are living in Jar mountain when the airfield is. Okay, we have some people around the glider which are asking for help to Sebastian, but I think he don't need any help. He is able to fix the problem himself, and now he will start immediately after fix the problem.
Yeah, as you said, this is the last competition. Very stressful situation for Sebastian. And I hope everything is gonna be all right. We've got Stanisław, our expert here in studio, cleaning the glider of
Yes.
Kawa's cleaning the Kawa's glider.
Yeah, because we have some insects on the wing every time when he take off, and you can see the people. It's Stanisław from the television team, and father of Sebastian cleaning
Using his shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
it's casual shirt.
He is very good person, and he want to give Sebastian all the best.
Okay, Maciek, look. Can we have a quick look at the table again?
Yeah, we have a small break, but the table in the club class, for example, was very complicated because the task was hard and difficult. So you can see some good pilots on the top. For example, Klujev, Mraczek, also Eric Subrie or Slavomir Piscati.
I haven't heard about them before. I mean, I saw them on a table, but they didn't win any task before.
Yes, but they are always on the top of the list, so they are good pilots. And now, yesterday, they also have a good result. But also, you can see some outlandings. For example, Boris George from Slovenia, very good pilot, and also Rasmus Orskov, which takes the first place
Exactly.
last task. And also you can see Łukasz Błaszczyk from Poland, which has very
good overall result.
Yes, before he was on the second place on the overall results. Also Zoltan Hamar,
a winner from
from the one of the task. So it's not only problem with experience yesterday of the pilot. It was general tricky weather, and some of pilots just have more lucky.
The biggest changes are if we can see the table of the multi-class, because our team, I mean Polish team, Janusz Centka and Łukasz Grabowski, were yesterday at I could say even on a 20th position.
Yes, they in fact have outlanding, and there is a problem with the result, because you can see they've flown only 300 kilometers. It was about 50 kilometers, not enough to catch the finish. So you can see only 15 gliders reached the airfield. Jérémy Badarou and Marc Serretti from France on the first place, and also very good pilots with a good result is Pierre de Broekville and Arnaud de Broekville from Belgium. Leader of the class, Wolfgang Janowicz, with Andreas Lutz, they also finished the task on the airfield.
Tell me something about those teams behind the group that landed yesterday in Michałków, because they have used their engines to fly here.
Yes, we have engines in the multi-seat class, there is not many outlandings yesterday in this class because when the pilots are very low, they choose to run engine and just go to the airfield using this method. So it's not very big problem for those pilots and their crew, but of course when you use the engine in the glider, it's finishing gliding, so you have just outlanding in the scoring at this place.
We haven't got many changes in standard class since yesterday, but after final, Sebastian Kawa was really upset. He even threw his hat into the glider.
Yes, you can see the Sebastian was almost the last one from the group of pilots which finished their task. So it's not a comfortable situation for those kind of pilots which are going to be always the first. He's a very good pilot, but he fortunately he flown to the airfield. I hope he will be lucky about this for the future, for the several week or two after championships. He will be satisfied also with that place because the weather wasn't very clear, and it was quite easy to have outlanding yesterday.
So Sebastian Kawa is the last pilot that is still on the ground on the airport. We can see his.
Yes, but now I can see the smiling on his face, so I hope the stress is not so big. I think the glider is ready to take off now, and it's very close to our studio, so we can almost hear what now they are talking about. And even if Sebastian looks happy and not nervous, I think in his mind is a little complicated situation about this problem.
We can now see the whole team with his father.
Sorry for that, I must go.
Maciej Całka had to go to catch the pilot on the airplane, and we can now see Jacek Dankowski. We can now see the Kawa's father and Sebastian struggling to take off, but everything seems to be all right. We've got now airplane on the grid. Let's have a look. I hope everything will be okay. Sebastian Kawa is the leader of the standard class, so if he couldn't fly this morning, that would be bad for him. After all, this is the end of the transmission live broadcast brought to you by WALKP24 info. You can also find us at the official website of the championship. You can also find us at the YouTube channel of Aero Klub Ostrowski, and this is Sebastian Kawa taking off again. See you, Sebastian, in about 3 hours. Thank you for watching us. This was live broadcast straight from Michałków next to Ostrów Wielkopolski.